Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy King. We are back again today, guys. We're checking out this video right here. Model reacts to the top G. Let's go. Let's not waste any time, guys. Let's jump right in. Booyah. Yo, this is the name of
Hey
the channel. It's
guys,
wild.
so as you can see, we have a very interesting and controversial topic today. His name's Andrew Tate.
Speak on it.
I just discovered him probably 3 days ago, and I can't get enough. I am impressed. I think he's great. I understand he's a little crazy and a little controversial, but I mean,
My man is a new fan.
who isn't, right?
That's
So
facts.
let's get into it. Oh, yeah.
Everybody has at least one or two or three crazy takes that they completely are left field on compared to everyone else. Everybody has one of those takes. Everybody has one. It
Quick
just depends what it
disclaimer.
is.
You may not agree with me. I know a lot of people find him obnoxious, and I agree. But these are my views, my perspectives, my experiences,
Mm.
and I just thought I'd share. I think could be an interesting video for people to watch, especially men. Especially men.
You talk about depression,
If this
anxiety,
is mine, it'd be like, you don't listen to anything this person says.
all those things
But
you mentioned earlier on this podcast.
let's hear what she's
that
gonna say, man.
comes from self-loathing. You loathe your own weakness.
Oh,
you
that's
loathe your
facts.
own laziness. This is what all of these things are. I don't feel depression. How can I feel depression when I'm the most powerful version of me that I could ever fucking be? How can
Facts.
I feel depression when I could squeeze my own hand hard enough to break my own bones?
Facts, because again, this is the thing that people don't understand. Like, you need to have goals to achieve because that keeps you going. Many small things, could be any small things. I want to hit this, bench press. I want to hit this squat. I want to, make sure I can run so much. I want to make sure I make this much money by a set amount of time. You need to have certain goals that drive you to try and achieve, because that is the human condition. Because survival was that mechanism beforehand in the past. That's what we evolved for, to survive, to try and get the next meal. But now in this modern times of luxury and relaxation, you have everything on a whim, so you have to then create challenges for yourself to keep yourself inspired and keep yourself driven to keep going. The minute you stop doing that or you don't do that, you start to then feel that, depression essentially, where you're not feeling like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But when you notice, when people start doing things and they take action, whatever it may be, small things like just, keeping on top of things in the house, keeping on top of things at work, like you start to feel a lot better about yourself because you're not getting overwhelmed and things don't feel overwhelming in the world. Like it is what it is. But let's hear what else they have to say.
How can I feel depression when I've smashed and destroyed 68
Jeez.
people's faces in front
Jesus,
of
he
me?
ate that
Men
one.
who thought they could test me in fair
My
combat.
man
How
ate it.
can I
He ate
feel
it.
depressed? It's impossible.
I can squeeze my own hand so hard, I can crush my own bones. I mean, that's genius. He's fucking funny as shit. And he's right. And you know he's right. We live in a society now where everyone's sick, sad,
Facts.
fat, unhealthy.
Facts.
Yeah, it's blame, blame, blame. Blame this person, blame that person. No self-responsibility, personal responsibility.
Accountability.
What is the saying? It goes, weak men create hard times, and that's exactly where we're at today. So I'm gonna
Look
keep
at
it short,
yourself in
but
the
let's
mirror.
keep on going.
The Matrix is trying to
It is crazy. It is actually crazy, the level of... I don't know how to even begin on this. Like, just the lack of accountability to one's own actions and one's own decisions. When those actions bring about unintended consequences, you then try to find reason to shift blame on something else, when that situation is only occurring because you wanted it to be there. You wanted it to be there. You only saw the good and not the negative. You only saw what could possibly go right, not what could possibly go wrong. This is why you always have to look at a situation holistically. You cannot look at a situation just looking at like, oh, but this good thing can happen, this good thing can happen, this good thing can... No, 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 no. You have to balance it out. Where there is good, there is bad. Where there's yin, there is yang. For all the good that happens, there's going to be some bad that's going to happen too. So understand that for everything you get, that same thing you're getting could cause you all this joy, but at the same time there could be some unintended consequences that you may not plan for in the future. Same with like people get addicted to stuff. That's what happens. This thing brings you a certain amount of joy, but then you abuse it, and that abuse turns into a vice, and then it turns into something that destroys your life.
To control your mind, because your own mind is the only thing you can control.
Another very
That's the key. You have to. Mastery of self is just the only way to go. You can't control what other people do, but the best thing you can do is control what you do. Control yourself. Find ways, mechanisms, methods to help you control what you do in the world, and do not be reactive, but be at the cause, not at the effect.
solid point. I'm guilty of this as well. Up until about 2020,
Jeez,
the world
that
flipped
was
upside down. I
I
was
see.
completely
That's like
mind controlled.
it's like 2 years ago.
I believed all the
That's
news,
right.
all the media. I believed it all. I thought I was like, I
It's
knew
all over.
everything, but really I was completely brainwashed. And it's really sad because so many people today are still suffering from that. You see it today, people still walking around with the
The
in their
meniscus.
face and believing all the hype.
Believing
It's
on
sad. It's manipulating.
Believe the
and
hype.
it's ruined people's lives, and people need to wake up. So that's that. Let's keep going.
I'll give you another paradigm that people need to understand. I ask people, people have these beliefs. Doesn't matter
Wisdom.
what their belief is. Doesn't matter.
This
if they
guy is
believe
Sifu.
something. I say, where did you get that belief from? And they don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's just how it's supposed to be. We're just supposed to wear a mask.
And that's the thing, you really have to, like I've spoken on this before, this exact quote before, but you really have to assess everything you believe. When you feel like you're defending a topic to the death of you, you have to understand that sometimes some things are not even worth defending because you might not even have that much of a stake in it. But why do you feel the way you feel about a certain situation? You have to come to understand how you came to that position and why that thought exists in your mind. How did it get there? And does it ultimately serve the purpose of enriching the life?
Whatever it is, right? Where did you get that belief? Who told you that? And does that person have your best interests at heart? Think about it. Think about all the things you truly believe. Think where you learned it, and think if that person actually gives a fuck about you. Because the only thing you should be learning from is personal experience or people who genuinely care about you and love you. Most people are out here believing things and repeating things that were told to them by people who don't even like them, by their enemy.
Ooh, that one hurt, didn't it?
That was
Well, I don't
spitting.
want to say too much because I'm just getting started on YouTube.
I'm not saying I
Oh shit, trying to get cancelled. I'm not trying to get cancelled.
I'm saying my point is that, truthfully, if we remove all the garbage and the fairy tales,
Mm-hmm.
if men are true to their biology, no man is completely and utterly a one-woman man. That's
100%, 100%. And I think in today's society with, its civility, a lot of people just don't want to have to deal with the BS that comes with interacting with a lot of other people. Interacting with one person is one thing, you can deal with that, but when you start adding in other factors or other personalities in that mix, it makes it completely hard. That's why you need someone who is immovable, an unmovable object. They have firm understandings of who they are, their values, their principles, and they do not move or budge those in relation to other people's feelings. They do what they need to do because that is what they need to do, and they understand that. Those are the people who can have those kind of relationships. Most people don't want to have to deal with the BS, essentially. Most people don't want to have to deal with the BS of multiple people's personalities, so, they choose the path of least resistance.
my point. There's a societal expectation which has been placed upon humanity, and then we have a biological and evolutionary imperative, and the male evolutionary imperative is not to have one female. Now, there are some
True.
dudes out there who are going to disagree with me, but those are dudes, they got...
They only disagree because it is cope. They only disagree because it is cope, and again, in their mind, they cannot fathom how someone could deal with so many different almost personalities, so many different, objections. If this person is crying, that person is crying, that person has a problem. Like, dealing with that, only people who are actually, problem solvers can actually be in situations like that. Like, you cannot be in a situation like that if you want an easy, smooth ride, because it is way, way harder to manage. Way, way harder to manage, because you're not just considering another person's feelings, you're considering a multitude of people's feelings. It's crazy.
Low testosterone, they're not the big G, they ain't got no money, they ain't nothing, right? That's different. But any man who's actually in a position of status, since the dawn of human time, every single king, every single sultan, all of them had more than one chick. That's actually the natural human state.
Spicy. So I know this one's going to rattle some cages, obviously, and I get it. It's like a interesting concept, but I have to agree with him again, obviously. I personally don't think men can be monogamous. I don't really care
Yeah,
what
that's
anybody
facts.
says.
That's facts.
Given the right opportunity, the right person.
They can, out of sheer laziness of the effort that is required to do the opposite. Like, they can do it, but it's just out of sheer laziness.
A man's going to take it. I don't care how much he loves you. And the reason I say that is because men can separate love and sex. Sex is sex. It's not love. So I think of it as like a sport for men, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard other men say that as well. So I'm not condoning it, but I also am a realist.
Mm-hmm. And that is the key. You have to ground yourself in reality. Do not put yourself in this fairy tale la la land thinking things are going to happen that are not going to happen. Like, no, ground yourself in reality. Do not put the blinders on that the world wants you to put on, and understand and see things for what they are, not for what you want them to be. You can then move accordingly to how you want to see the future present itself. You know, like, let's say you want the world to be a better place in certain aspects, you know, less starvation. You can work hard and then build, you know, places to feed people who don't have, you know, the capacity to feed themselves. Like, you can do good if you feel like there's something lacking. But at first, you have to observe that deficiency in the world. You can't make changes without observing things for what they are. So you have to observe things for what they are, understand it, and then move accordingly.
So, yeah. Go gentle in the comment section.
I personally, I don't like traveling the world with women. I think it's one of the most frustrating
Facts.
things a man can possibly do.
Facts.
Okay.
It's true.
Imagine you had to travel around the world and
It's
you had
true.
a 3-year-old with you.
It's true. It's the bare minimum is required with the boys. It's always a vibe. The mood is always on the up. And if it's not up, it's flat, neutral. It's never like deep, or there's beef, or there's, you know, sadness, or this and that, like fluctuations in how someone like. It is consistent. And that's why I personally would never do like a backpacking, hiking type situation unless I'm with the boys.
You'd be like, now you got, where's my 3-year-old? Has it 8? I have to make sure they're safe. Got to bring all their stuff. It's exactly the same with the chick. Me and my brother, we're Spartan, right? We can just
Facts.
go, rock up
Facts.
there's no flight for 11 hours.
Sleep in the terminal. Yeah, man.
Sleep. One bag on our back.
Yeah, one meal, you're cool. You know what is it? Hunger? Who cares? We'll eat at some point. It's not. Even when you're hungry, it's not like, oh, I want to eat this, I want to eat that. No, you just eat what is available, what is there. Who cares? It is what it is. As long as you're satiated, you're not eating for taste, you're eating for survival. It's a completely different experience. Completely different experience. They both have their merit, but they're completely different experiences.
Old school soldiers. We don't care. With a chick, it's all, I need food, I need water, where's my stuff? My case is 55 kilo. Oh, I forgot this foundation. I need to find this foundation. It's horrible.
Yeah.
This one I find absolutely hilarious.
It's true.
Factual,
It's true.
I've experienced
Can't hate
it
it.
myself. Rachel, I'm talking to you. Love you. But not just Rachel. All of my other girlfriends. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It's chaotic. It's frustrating.
Oh, it's messy. It's messy. She's right. She's right. It's messy.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not like other girls when it comes to that. I can go on a trip for 2 weeks and have a carry-on. And I'm very strategic, very planned. And it makes life so much easier. Like the chaos, I can't deal. I don't.
100%. And you can even see in a person's eyes, just seeing in, like, you can see it in their eyes, how they are, how they feel, their demeanor, their outlook. And even here you can see that the positivity. There's no ounce of negativity. It's just the understanding of what it is and acceptance of what it is.
Chaos. So
It's crazy.
I really like
Refreshing.
this point. Love you, ladies. Love you, Rachel. But he's right.
The hardship, my whole life was hardship. And to some degree, I try and make sure my life retains some degree of hardship. My father was the OG. I was raised by probably the best father on earth. I really genuinely
But he
believe
wasn't
that.
around.
But a father doesn't have to be around. This is the big mistake. This is another big mistake, especially among the conservatives and the tradcons and all this crap. The idea that a father needs to sit around like a second mother to make a child
Facts.
is a fallacy. In fact, I'd say it's detrimental to the child. I see all these dudes out here, they have a kid, and they basically become mother number two. Why? The mother keeps the child alive. As a father, it's your job to be impactful. You need to guide. You need to be a role model. You need to be a superhuman. Everyone should look at their father like a superhero. That's what you
true.
genuinely view him as. It's hard to be a superhero if you're home every day arguing with your wife, changing diapers. That's not what a man should do. A man should rock up, teach lessons, be impactful, and it's more about quality as opposed to quantity of time. I saw my dad once a month. He was out on the streets. He was pimping, hustling. My father was a chess grandmaster. He's traveling the world playing chess. He had all his girls. He's doing whatever he's doing. When he came home, it was an impactful time. Whether it was a positive impact or a big argument or whatever, never was I ever around my father. It was a low energy environment. That's not who he was as an individual. And I remember every single second spent with him. There's a whole bunch of dudes out here and chicks. Their father's home all the time, fine. But if you're home all the time, you're going to lose to a degree your mystery. It doesn't matter how cool you are as an individual. If you're home all the time, always, you're not going to have that magical power as opposed to, whoa, dad's home. I'm telling you, the biggest mistake fathers make is that they let the woman convince them that to be a good dad, they need to be there all the time. That is a complete lie. Fathers never did this. We were always at war or down in the coal mines or away working. This is the way it's always been for for humanity, right? The men were away doing important things. Now the man's at home changing diapers, like a punk.
Now, this is interesting.
That's
point of
wild.
view because
That's
I've actually
wild.
never thought of it that way.
That's wild.
But it resonates with me. I do think men, fathers, their role is to be impactful and to be strong, and to be the alpha in the family. In order to do that, I think being around all the time,
Does not achieve the
you
goal.
lose that mystery.
You do. You set the
And
the
you
complacency
kinda
kicks
lose
in
the respect.
on the part of the children.
I mean, I've seen it myself. Again, I don't know, or I'm not saying this is 100% accurate, but I think it's an interesting concept. And yeah, so let's keep going.
Health organization, even the doctors, all of it is corrupt.
Ladies and gentlemen, another truth bomb from Andrew Tate. No, but honestly, he's really,
Yeah,
like,
she's hilarious.
It is.
She's
It's all
hilarious.
to
She's
the
hilarious.
core, and there's really no coming back from it. I think it's a controlled demolition to wipe out the old and bring in the new, and the new is not. Any
No,
better.
no,
In
they're
fact,
not.
it's way worse.
No, it's not. Yeah.
So if you don't know these things, I suggest you really start looking into it and preparing. You don't want to be left in the dark when this whole new system takes over.
Preach.
So yeah, let's keep going.
Preach. Guys, definitely check out the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Obviously, leave the link in the description of the video to this video. You can check it out for yourselves. Definitely leave a like, spreading the gospel out here, you know what I mean, doing the Lord's work, all that good stuff, all that good stuff. But yeah, don't forget to like this video too, leave a comment, all that good stuff. It is what it is. Let's hear the closing.
All right, guys, well, I'm going to cut it short. I had a few other videos, but I think we got the point.
We got it.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys later.
All right, peace. And guys, as I say, spread love, not WarCraft. But you have to check some people. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.